I think not being a native English speaker has actually helped me quite a bit. I'll explain why. So when you work in the Shopify space, it's not uncommon that you work with international clients, or even when starting my YouTube channel back in 2020, I will admit at first it was totally an insecurity I had. I mean, speaking a different language, you will never be as good with expressing yourself to the same level of detail you would be in your native tongue, or you might not be as convincing on sales calls, or you might not be able to communicate project details sufficient enough. Like how could that not be true, right? Or at least these were the things that I had in my mind. But then in reality, I oftentimes found the exact opposite to be true. For example, in my YouTube tutorials, I used super simple language because I didn't know better, and that actually made the tutorials easier to understand. Then on sales calls, I found people are more forgiving with what I say. So I'll give an example. If I do sales calls in Germany, people pay very close attention or are very critical with every word I say. And if it's like an English call and you say something that sounds a bit weird or whatever, people will kind of assume what you meant, and oftentimes in your favor. So yeah, that's actually kind of cool, and they rather appreciate the effort that you like try to speak a different language. Also, if you speak to other non-native speakers, let's say in Europe or wherever they might be, it also makes them feel more comfortable because you're both like not native speaking, and then it's always going to be with hand and feet, if that makes sense. Yeah, so there are pros and cons to everything, and my recommendation would be rather focus on the advantages you have. I personally focus on the downsides for too long, and dude, like most people don't even care, to be honest. And yeah, if you still feel insecure about your English, then yeah, do something about it. Start watching your favorite shows in English, your favorite movies, read more, watch more English YouTube videos. Try get in the habit of speaking. You can also take classes, for example. That's what I did in the beginning. I just hired people on Fiverr twice or 3 times a week to just speak with me for an hour on Zoom or Google Meet, just to get into the habit of speaking. Traveling also helps, and meeting people, like foreign people and people abroad. That's awesome. Maybe you have a good friend who also wants to practice, and then you can agree on like talking 1 day per week just in English. Yeah, so there's so much you can do. Don't let that stop you. And yeah, that's everything I have for this one. Let me know what you want to talk about next. I'll see you right there.